I would like you to consider the meaning of the word entertainment, a word that expresses what most people want, what most people seek, which is fun, a moment to vent, to relax. Anyway, we will consider the meaning of this word and why it is essential. In fact, I want to emphasize that it is very important that you pay attention to the meanings of the word. God created the human being as the only being able to speak, to formulate ideas, and communicate with words like Him, like God Himself. God is the Word. And this ability to speak, which was given only to the human being, there's no other creature in the universe that is known that can speak like the human being does, that can gather, form ideas like the human being does when we communicate. This ability is the presence of God Himself in the human being. It is an extension of God in us. If the human being stopped and thought, how are we, the only creatures capable of speaking, of expressing with words, who can express intricate ideas, who can write, express in different languages, codes, but the human being does not stop to think about that. Why? They are the only ones with this capacity. The Word of God gives us the reason. We were created in His image and likeness. That's why we have this ability like Him, who is Word. God is Word. Therefore, pay attention to the meanings of the words. Words are dynamic, they change along the years. New words are created, the old ones are abandoned and forgotten, and others that are not forgotten, they change their meaning. And at times, people have no idea on how they can impact their lives when they embrace certain words and ideas. So we will speak about this word entertainment, for example. Is apparently a harmless word. What is the problem with the word entertainment? Everybody wants and seeks for it. But if you look at the original meaning, where the word entertainment comes from, you will see that it is the junction of two words, entertain and attainment. Entertain. Entertain, we already know. It means to be in the middle of two things. If you are entertained with something, you are between something and something else. We are between two things. Entertain means to be in the middle. And attainment comes from the word tenir, which means holding, maintaining. That is, entertainment is to keep someone engaged in two things. Is to hold the person in one place for a moment. It's not eternally, but to try to keep the person there. It has a double meaning, to hold them between two things and also to keep someone in a certain state of mind. And then it comes the idea, entertain a guest, to make that guest entertained, to keep them in a happy state of spirit, happy, etc. And you understand why when you come from work, before going to bed, before you resting, you switch on the TV. So between the work and the rest comes the entertainment, the TV. Millions of people do that in the whole world. So entertainment comes in between two things, between work and rest, in this case here. And then you have the entertainment that happens on the weekend, between Friday, 5 p.m., and Monday morning. So the weekend has that celebration in English. We even use TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Why does human being have such enthusiasm with Friday and this hard relationship with Monday? Because it's as if work from Monday to Friday got in the way of the weekend's fun. Then entertainment of the weekend comes that stays between Friday and Monday. So entertainment between Friday and Monday becomes the weekend, and then we can fit many entertainments. Then there's partying, raving, a lunch with a family member, cinema. There's loads of things for people to fill their weekends. And the weekend goes by and people not even notice, because usually when you are entertaining yourself, you are switched off from everything else. And here is the matter. Pay attention. If to entertain yourself is to keep yourself in a certain state of spirit, if to entertain you is to hold you between two things, usually useful, productive things, what is the probability when you're surrendering yourself what your body and mind really wants? What is the potential problem with that? Understand that as long as we are within entertainment, our state of mind is determined by someone who is providing that entertainment. In other words, our mind, our emotions, what goes through in us is being controlled, determined by who is providing that entertainment. You see, when you're watching a film, if you watch a romance film, you feel romantic, or you think my wife or my husband is not like that. The entertainment of romance brought that to you. If you see an action movie, you feel that adrenaline. You take part as if you are there, and so on and so forth. You go to a party, depends on the environment. That which is providing the entertainment is determining your state of mind, for good or bad. This is the first point. And don't forget that as long as we are surrendering ourselves to entertainment, in other words, we are stuck between two useful things, then we are in the middle of the useless, in the middle of what will bring no profit to us. Let me clarify something before someone starts to feel accused here. But there's no problem if it is a healthy entertainment. I'm not saying you shouldn't relax. Then we all need that. To relax is needed. To relax is needed. For you to have a periodic rest is even biblical. God created the Sabbath, the seventh day, one day in each 7 days, to force the human being to take some day off. God is the first example. He took the seventh day and rested. Not that God gets tired, but to leave that example to us. So it is necessary to relax. For you to stop. You see a construction of a building, of a bridge. In countries where there's earthquakes, the constructions, they must be built with a gap. The bridges must have a gap. At times you see some cracks or lines with a gap between the construction because of the heat that will expand And if there's no gap, and when the heat expands, the constructed structure will break. And if we don't have some sort of pause, relaxing moment, we will crack. There's many people cracking in their physical life because they don't take care of their health, giving the deserving pause to themselves. You must be very careful with what you toss at your head is the raw material for your thoughts. Do not forget. As long as you are in the entertainment, someone is determining your state of mind, what you think, because you are relaxed. You are literally stuck and saying, entertain me. That's it. By the way, another interesting word to join entertainment is fun. Did you know that fun means to go away from the right path? If you are having fun, you are diverting from the right path. The question is, which path? I'm going from what path to what other path? How many in a party they diverted from the good path to the bad one? Isn't in the carnival, the party that happens, drinking, that betrayals happen, it comes from the moment of fun. Think about it. Think about it. Look what King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 7:2. He said, better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. In other words, it's better where there's a house of mourning, someone passed in a funeral, than in a house that there has a party. Because in the one that has mourning is the end of all men, and the living will take it to heart. In other words, why is he saying such an odd expression? Better is to go to a funeral than to a feast. Yes, because the profitability of a funeral is better than a party, because in the funeral, everybody, when they look at the deceased, the coffin, the casket, it is an unavoidable thought. I doubt that you've going to a funeral, looking at the deceased and thinking, one day will be me. Am I right? And this is good for you to think about your death. This gives you a fear, a worry, a reminder that you are mortal, and that is very important. People don't think about that as often as they should. That's why Solomon is saying that. Now, in a feast, you drink, you party, you go out with some extra kilos. Sometimes you come back with confusion, emptiness, and other things. Don't forget, when Jesus was crucified, was in the midst of a celebration. The celebration that was happening, the Jews, because of that celebration, the Jews had the custom of releasing someone, a criminal. And in that celebration, Pilate, taking the opportunity, asked, who do you want me to release, Jesus or Barabbas? And the multitude, excited by the religious ones, they shouted, Barabbas, Barabbas. And at the sound, the move of the party, Barabbas was released and Jesus was crucified. But the devil didn't know that that was for our joy. Be attentive to that. Be careful with the entertainment that you absorb to your mind and life. Do that being careful and protect your time with productivity. Be careful with your state of mind dictated by the entertainment you are absorbing, and be careful, because as you are in the entertainment, you are being kept between two things, two useful things, and usually by something that is useless. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.